So I had an interesting conversation with my cousin recently that I just started playing back in my head. And he's a truck driver, and actually I have a couple cousins that are truck drivers. But so I'm talking to my cousin, and one of the fears he has is they're going to use technology to create self-driving cars and self-driving trucks, and that's going to eventually replace him. And I kind of thought maybe we're a little... Eventually that may happen in the future, but I was thinking that maybe... Now I'm thinking... Well, I was thinking that, yeah, that's kind of like in the future, like the Jetsons or something, you know, with flying cars and that kind of thing. But maybe we're closer to that reality than I originally thought. So I've been getting a lot of calls lately. Since I've been on dialysis, I get a lot of calls from companies trying to sell me medical insurance and supplemental insurance. But I'm not getting calls from human beings. I'm getting calls from Siri. Siri is freaking calling me, y'all. And so they're using automated artificial intelligence to call me. And it's amazing to me, being a tech guy, how sophisticated they've gotten, where the things really sound like human beings. It's really fascinating how good they have gotten. So that tells me they're already beginning to use this artificial intelligence to replace salesmen. So instead of them hiring, 100 salesmen for a call center, they're using the artificial intelligence to do it now. So that's 100 less jobs or more. I mean, if all of these companies start embracing this, they're going to get rid of all the salesmen. They're going to get rid of all of the customer service agents for this artificial intelligence. It's fascinating how good it sounds. And I mean, I'm impressed with the technology, and at the same time, I'm disgusted that they don't want to pay people to do the job we've always done. And that happens. I understand there's jobs that have been automated that just us humans don't even do anymore. And we're accepting it. We're accepting it. And we got to start paying attention, because pretty soon they're going to find a way, just like my cousin said, they're going to find a way to automate every job and use technology and automation to replace all of us. And he used the example in our conversation of drones and self-driving cars. And I mean, but they could take it a step further with the artificial intelligence, and even the forklift drivers in a warehouse, they'll replace us with robots. Huh? Oh. They'll use the self-driving robots. If they can make a self-driving car, they can make a self-driving forklift or a remote-controlled forklift. So that way one guy can do the job of 20, guys or whatever. I mean, how many forklifts do you really have in a factory? 2 or 3 at one time, maybe? I don't know. Depends on the size of the factory. But an average factory, maybe 2 or 3 guys that can drive the forklift. But I've been paying attention. Even if you look at job posting boards, there used to be thousands of jobs in the city of Charlotte, I know, for fork drivers. Look at them now. Go look. Don't trust me. Go on Indeed or Career Builder and see if you see 1,000 positions being posted for fork drivers. And we have a lot of warehouses in Charlotte, but not that many forklift drivers no more. I believe they're already starting to automate those guys. So what are we going to do? We're going to become a country of automation. Where's everybody going to work? And I'm speaking to the conservatives, because They like to build this as capitalism, as progress for capitalism. If nobody has a job, who's going to buy the products? And that's what we've been seeing in our economy. There's nobody left, or we're being phased out so we can actually buy the jobs. Somebody has to buy the stuff. Not buy the jobs, but actually buy the products. First, we're not even really producing that many products. Everything is pretty much made in China. Okay? Go to Walmart if you don't believe me. Go on Wish, go on Amazon, all these big places that's selling a lot of stuff. Majority of those products that used to be made in America are now being made in China. So now they want to phase us out even further, where there's not even going to be any consumers left. So who's going to buy? You capitalism experts, who's going to buy the product? I'd like to know. The United States is number one in the world for consumers. So if they're getting rid of us here, who's going to buy the products? And I haven't heard that argument yet. I haven't heard anybody make that argument yet. And we're talking about skilled jobs. Being a salesman is a skill. And I know a lot of times you guys like to call Donald Trump a salesman. He's not a salesman. He's a con artist. Those are two different things. A salesman is good at what they do. They help their customers make intelligent buying decisions. A con artist will sell you anything. Snake oil. Lie to you. That's the difference between a salesman and a con artist. There's a huge difference. When you meet a good salesman, you feel good about your buying purchase. And so much that you often go back to this guy and or woman, and you recommend them to your family, your friends. You become a bird dog because you trusted the salesman. He gave you a good product. You're getting good service out of it. So they're totally removing that aspect of the buying purchase out. So if you buy something from Siri, who the hell are you going to refer? Like, if you like what you bought, who are you going to refer to? To Siri? To a robot? That's what we're becoming. And that technology is here. I had just got a phone call today. And the first couple, I just don't even pay attention. I just hang up on them normally. But when I feel somebody's telemarketers are calling me, because usually they're disingenuous. So now it's even worse that it's a computer. And it's like Eagle Eye. I don't know if y'all remember that movie Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf. When a girl kept calling him on the phone and giving him instructions, it took him half the movie to even realize that it was a computer calling him and doing all of those things to him. We the people. Because that's what the computer on Eagle Eye kept saying to Shia LaBeouf's character. We are doing this and we need you to do that. And he picked up on it eventually, and he's like, we? Oh shit, this is a computer doing all of this stuff. And that's what's going on. That's what we're becoming in this society, that they're going to phase out. Even at McDonald's, I went to McDonald's recently, right here on Freedom Drive in Charlotte, and they have automated cashiers. So if you don't even want to talk to the cashier, there's a kiosk where you could do your order by touchscreen right by the computer. And order your food, and all you got to do is, you could pay for it and everything. All you got to do is take the receipt and wait for somebody to bring it to you. That's what they're doing. So they're phasing out cashiers at McDonald's too. Siri is taking over. Now, I haven't seen it at any other restaurants yet, but I was very surprised when I saw that at McDonald's. Usually McDonald's is the leader in technology. That hasn't changed. So now that McDonald's is doing it, I'm pretty sure within the next year, we're going to start seeing that commonplace at many restaurants, not just McDonald's. But even in sit-down restaurants like Applebee's or Olive Garden, when you sit at your table, There are things you can order right at the table and even pay for your part of your order or your whole order right there from your table. They got the little tablet with the credit card reader. So you could do that now. So I'm pretty sure pretty soon you'll be able to go to Applebee's or Olive Garden, and you probably won't even have to talk to a waiter, except for when they bring the food out to you. You'll be able to do your whole order right from your table, pay for it, and barely see your waitress. So they're using technology to phase us out. Look for that to start happening more and more over the next 5 years. Jobs like Rite Aid, you won't even see your pharmacist. It'll be an automated kiosk. And that technology is already here. All they got to do is combine it. You got WebMD, you got all that kind of stuff on your phone now. All they're going to do is combine that so it's an automated kiosk. When you go to the pharmacy, you're not going to talk to a live person. It's going to be a kiosk, and they'll be able to even diagnose you to a degree. That's going to start happening. And then once that happens at Rite Aid, then they're going to move that into the hospitals, in the emergency rooms. You're not even going to have it being triaged by a nurse. You're going to be triaged by a kiosk. Look for that to happen within the next 5 years, people. That's how scary it's becoming with Siri. Siri is taking over. And y'all may think this is a joke. Go to McDonald's on Freedom Drive and think I'm playing. You already can buy a car. Think about this. Down on South Boulevard, they got the Carvana thing, the tower full of the cars. You don't even have to go buy a car now. You could order a car from your phone and somebody will deliver it to you. So in the future, you won't even see a salesman or even a delivery guy. It'll be automated self-driving cars. Hell, the car might drive itself to your house after you pay for it. That's the future. We're starting to see little examples of it now. It's here. When are we going to pay attention? Because see, there are things that humans can do that technology can't do. So when are we going to give up the trade-off? When is that going to happen? I mean, they're already using technology to train our kids how to be better soldiers, and we don't even realize that. So our kids are playing Call of Duty and all of these war games. Don't you think that's psychologically going to make the next generation of a soldier better? So when we send our armies places and train our soldiers, they already have knowledge that my grandfather's generation didn't have. These kids already have a militaristic mind just from playing Call of Duty all of their life. Think about it. Think about it. Hell, you can even on your PlayStation, you can already go online. You used to be, when we had our Nintendo and ColecoVision back in the day, you had to have your friend play with you. Your friend had to come over to your house and play with you. Now, a kid doesn't have to do that. They can go sit down with their PlayStation and play online. They don't need their friend no more. So even with my son, I remember early on with my son, he would always have a group of kids in the living room. Him, my daughter, and a bunch of kids would be taking turns playing Mortal Kombat. That doesn't happen anymore. Why? Because if you want to play Mortal Kombat, for example, all you do is get online and you can fight everybody over the world. So what's the next innovation of that? Well, you won't even have to do that. It'll be artificial intelligence that they're fighting against. Just think about that. Think about that. What is it doing to our kids? What is it doing to us in a society? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So that's something to think about, man. Siri, like I said, is taking over. Y'all need to start paying attention to what Siri's doing. And I'm being funny when I say Siri, but y'all know what I mean when I Siri. That's the automated technology. And Siri is learning. Siri's going to get smarter. Siri is learning your behaviors. You go on Amazon, it's not just your purchases that Siri's paying attention to. Siri's paying attention to what you don't buy. What are you looking at? What are you curious about? And then when you go on Google, what are you curious about? What are your patterns? And Google's already tracking our location. Where do we go? How long do we stay there? If you pay attention to your phone, like if you go somewhere and then later on your phone will tell you, how did you like that place? You didn't check in or anything. But what happened is the GPS tracked how long you were at McDonald's or how long you were at the mall. Sometimes how long you were at a particular store in the mall. Okay? I remember we went to Lane Bryant recently in the mall for something. And I don't shop at Lane Bryant, but I was in the store. Okay? So when I came out and went home later on, my phone noticed that I was specifically in Lane Bryant. It didn't say, oh, you were at North Lake Mall. It said you were in Lane Bryant. How did you like it? Do you want to review it? So if that technology is already here tracking us and doing that now, and you combine that with your information that Facebook has, the information that Google has, and the information that Amazon has, these things are going to know a lot about you. That technology is here now. They just haven't found a way yet to seamlessly integrate it. Okay, but what happens when they integrate that? Isn't that scary? And with the police technology, the police already have the technology where they can set up the scanners in a neighborhood. So that way when you drive by, it scans your license plate automatically. Okay? So that way it knows if the car is stolen, if you got a ticket that you didn't pay, and if you drive by it and it's something serious or what they think is serious, next thing you know, you're getting pulled over down the street. There's one of these scanners right on Beatties Ford Road. Beatties Ford Road going towards downtown. So if you're on Beatties Ford Road and you get off at 85 and you head towards Johnson C. Smith, there's a police station and there's a school. Once you get into that area, that's where the scanner is. So if you're in that area and something is wrong with your license plate, eventually the police is going to pull you over. I've had it. I've seen it happen a couple of times over the last few years. So think about how scary that is. If they have that technology now, right? What if they're going to start applying that to the police cars directly? And apply it to your, not just license plates, but so that the scanners read the addresses on your house. So what if somebody has a warrant for arrest that lives in your house? They use your address. Now all the police got to do is drive down your neighborhood and scan all of the addresses in the neighborhood instantly. And then they can see, oh, so-and-so has a bench warrant out. Let me go knock on their door and see if that guy's there and arrest him. That's coming, people. That technology is coming. It's coming. Think about what information is on your license plate or DMV has about you. They know your address, your height, your weight, your eye color, your race. Okay? So they can use that technology to discriminate. They don't need to know it's a black neighborhood. They can just drive through any neighborhood and say, oh, okay, yeah, this black guy here got a bench warrant. Let me go pull him over. They've already been discriminating and oppressing people since the beginning of the country. So why wouldn't they use that technology to do it further? That's here. That's going to be happening. Look for the next 5 years for all of this stuff to start being seamlessly integrated. Look, pay attention. It's going to happen. It's happening now. And they're using all of this technology. So now Amazon doesn't know what race you are, but if they tap into that DMV information or just by the Google information that whatever they can tell your demographics based on the way you shop in a store. Okay? It's already product placement. I don't know if there's a documentary on supermarket science. Okay? So the things in the supermarket are placed where they are strategically based on the way people shop. They've been analyzing us for decades. So now they can start they can start tailoring that to demographics. That's what those bonus cards are for. That's what your debit card is for. They can find out. Now they're going to start combining all the information, so they're going to know what your race is. You remember, what was that movie? Minority Report with Tom Cruise. And there was a time where, I think it was after he got his eyes replaced, They did the cornea surgery where he had the new eyes replaced. So he was walking past the stores, and they were just scanning. They were scanning his eyes, and then as he was walking by, they were trying to sell him stuff. They knew his name, his size, his shopping preferences, things he liked. They was just automatically doing it. That is happening. That is gonna happen. We already have facial recognition. Your phone can recognize your face to unlock it. What do you think that's gonna happen when Siri really starts using that technology? Automatically, it's gonna start happening. We'll look for it within the next 5 years. All of this stuff is gonna start coming together. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention.
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gap. How those assorted tank tops work out for you?
Mr. Yakamoto.
Hey, Miss Balfour, did you come back for another pair of those